NTV.
Hello, a very good morning. We're glad you're still watching Morning at NTV. For those that are just joining us, welcome on board. We are live streaming on Facebook as well as on YouTube for those that are watching from across the borders. On Twitter, the hashtag is Morning at NTV. We now go into our Tech Note discussion where we are discussing the importance of life skills-based education. Now, the acquisition of problem-solving and reasoning abilities is a fluid and ongoing process for many people. And working with children early in their development to lay the framework with examples that they can understand and apply on their own is a good place to start. Think of life skills as the building blocks or framework that allows learners, especially students, to apply their knowledge that they acquire in schools to solve real-world problems. Now, for those that are older and you are in the corporate world, many times you've been told the soft skills, you know, the finer aspects of life, how you conduct yourself or how you do things matters a lot more than the transcript or the paper that you carry and brandish around. Martin Ariapa will be helping us understand. He's the lead life skills and research project under the aegis of the Regional Education Learning Initiative, a network of over 70 organizations across the East African region. That is important stuff, Martin. A very good morning.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Chris, for welcoming me.
How are you doing?
Good morning to everyone. I'm fine.
Good. Let's just go straight into this discussion. What is assessment of life skills and values in Africa?
Thank you very much. Assessment of life skills and values in East Africa, known as ALIVE in short, is an initiative of a regional education learning initiative called RELI. That initiative, or ALIVE, is focusing on developing assessment tools that are open source, that are relevant to the context, that are sensitive to issues of life skills and values. After developing the tools, the assessment tools, we want to generate evidence, evidence that demonstrates to us issues of life skills and values, the competencies that our young people out there have on life skills and values. And then using that evidence for creating awareness on the importance of life skills and values and also issues of advocacy. It has come, ALIVE has come in handy with the introduction of the lower secondary school curriculum that focuses on generic skills or life skills or soft skills or socio-emotional learning skills. These are, as you put it right in the introduction, these are interpersonal or intrapersonal skills that help people to cope up with situations, that help people to solve problems, that help people to collaborate with others, that help people to communicate effectively with others. Much as you have the transcript, are you able to translate that transcript into the day-to-day actions, activities? Yes. Okay. You're able to write something, a report. Are you able to communicate that report in a meaningful way to the various stakeholders? You're a builder. You built a nice house. Are you able to cooperate with others, collaborate with others to be able to build that house if you're building it very well? Are you able to build together with others? Are you able to lead others also to acquire those skills of building that house like the way you build, meaning that ability to lead others, to grow others so that they are able also to acquire these competencies.
Is that what the honchos or the big boys within the corporate world call emotional intelligence?
Yes, emotional intelligence is just one of it, but of course they call it social-emotional learning skills. We have aspects such as interpersonal. Interpersonal, we can have aspects of relationship building, relationship with others, communication with others, but also we have the self or intrapersonal skills, such as the self-management, perspective taking, being able, first of all, to understand yourself and take the perspective of the other. Then we also have the social skills, such as collaboration, being able to collaborate with others. So within this initiative of ALIVE, we are focusing on 3 life skills: problem solving, self-awareness, collaboration, and one value, respect.
Okay.
Yes.
Respect there. Allow me to stick a little bit more on the new competence-based curriculum that is being rolled out for Senior 1 and Senior 2. What has been your input into this particular framework that is aimed at reconstructing the entire education trajectory for the average Ugandan, to allow them be more proactive in how they do things, but most importantly, to understand what needs to be done, when and how, because we seem to have an education that allows us to simply be present but not aware.
Sure. Thank you very much. Under the network of RELI, organizations working together with a common vision of improving learning outcomes of young people, we are, as organizations, creating awareness on the importance of life skills and values. You know, most of our parents out there are looking at the report card. What has my child got in mathematics? What has my child got in English? What has my child got in science? What has my child got in social studies? But we want to create awareness so that parents out there understand the importance of these other life skills or soft skills in addition to the grades in math, English. So we are creating awareness among parents. We are also working with teachers. The various organizations are working with teachers to build their competencies, their capacities, the abilities to be able to teach young people, nurture young people on these life skills and values. Because we know that the lower secondary school curriculum has come in, but the teachers, most teachers out there are still struggling to be able to apply, to be able to bring out these life skills in the young people, because it's a new curriculum. So the government is also working hard to be able to build the capacity of the teachers. So these organizations are also supporting the initiative of the government to be able to reach out to various teachers out there.
Okay, let me ask, within the context of the prevailing conditions, there are people who have gone through the education system, right from primary, lower and upper secondary and into tertiary and universities, and they've only been able to find an opportunity to learn these problem-solving skills at a later stage in the education system or their education journey. Are they also a part of the skilling that you're offering right now, or you are focusing on the lower end of the education system so as to allow for a wave of new students that shall come up? Is there something that a person who has never encountered anything in terms of instruction on soft skills of problem solving, the ability to be empathetic so that you can understand how your team is working or why they do certain things the way they do them in order to improve? Do you focus on those too?
Okay, thank you very much. Now, life skills and values can be developed in various platforms. They can be developed at home, right from birth. For example, values, you can start teaching your child how to do certain things. Even at home, children who have never gone to school, you teach them or show them how to respect others, show them how to collaborate, show them how to be problem solvers. Then when they come at home, the journey continues. The teachers take it on. So it happens in various platforms. Then our starting point right now, we started with secondary level, meaning adolescents 13 to 17 years who are of the secondary school going age. But we are also in the next coming year, 3 years, we are also going to focus on the young ones of 6 to 12 years. So we want to start from down, from the lower education cycle, primary, and then we go to secondary, and then we move on up to other levels in case there's an opportunity.
All right, tell us about the assessment process, the sampling, the tools that you use to come up with these, to understand exactly how somebody's skill set stands at any one particular time.
Okay, thank you. Being a new kind of concept in terms of assessment of life skills and values, we reviewed lots of documents, lots of other studies, such as the PISA international studies, to see the processes. PISA, P-I-S-A. PISA, yes, PISA. Yes, other studies that have been conducted by World Bank and other initiatives, such as OECD kind of countries. And then we also involved an expert who is well-grounded in terms of assessment of life skills and values to help us understand the process of developing these tools. So we started with what we call understanding the context. where we went to the ground, to the various stakeholders, parents, teachers, and the younger people, 13 to 17 years, to try to ask them what they mean by problem solving. What comes to their mind if we ask them, are you a good problem solver? Or someone is a good problem solver.
Let me ask you that question. Allow me for, rather forgive me for interjecting at this point in time, because that point was coming home, but I need to ensure that it comes along with another. Problem solving. We often hear very many instructions to aid at workplaces. Are you a problem solver? Can you do this and the other? What is that? If I may ask.
Yes.
What is problem solving?
Problem solving has lots of processes.
Yeah.
One, you need to understand the problem to be able to define the problem. What is that problem that you want to tackle? Before you start even thinking of possibilities or options, what is the problem? Then, what information can help you solve this problem? So it brings in aspects such as information gathering. Look at the various sources, various pieces of information near you to be able to understand additional information about that problem. Then after that, ask yourself, what are the various alternatives that I can use, possibilities that I can use to solve this problem?
That's right.
And then put those possibilities into practice, keeping on trying them out, the various options. The one that works best will help you solve the problem. So you have to be thinking with an open mind, not just focused on one problem, but being, on one solution, but being able to think through the various alternatives. Because if a problem, for example, fire has broken out in your house, and you're thinking of a solution without even knowing the nature of the fire. What is the nature of the fire? What is available material to help me solve the fire? And then now what is nearby?
That's a very funny problem to solve on the go. A fire is out, and then of course you're trying to think, what's the cause of the fire? What best way can I put out this fire? The fire is raging. All that ability to, allow yourself to figure out what to do, yet it's raging, is a bit of a problem. But I know the context is pretty much different. When it comes to solutions, do you think that problems that have more than 4 solutions, an African has the patience to consider the 4th solution when they have seen the first?
Yes, yes, is the reality out there that most people think of the first solution. But okay, you can try the first solution. If it fails, you need to quickly think of another solution. For example, I can still refer to the fire. You're thinking of pouring water or sand. The fire is too much. You call the help of others, the neighbors around. It's too much. Call the fire brigade. You keep trying the possibilities, because if one fails, you don't stop there. Because the problem is going to cause more problems and more problems.
All right, quickly tell us about the launch of the assessment report and what we should look out for.
Okay, the launch is set for tomorrow, 13th. And we are launching a report on assessment of life skills and values, where we assessed over 11,000 adolescents 13 to 17 who are both in and out of school and assessed at household-based level, meaning we went to the communities there and assessed them. This report will help us understand the levels of problem solving, self-awareness, collaboration, and respect that our young people 13 to 17 years are able to demonstrate, able to reach. Yes, so that report will be a starting point for us to use the evidence that we have generated to create awareness and also work on the aspects of advocacy with the various stakeholders to be able to push the agenda of life skills and values into higher levels, and at the end improving learning outcomes, so that we are able to bring out young people, graduates later on, who are able to apply both the technical skills and also these day-to-day kind of skills that help them to cope up with the situations on ground. All
right, Martin Ariapa, lead Life Skills Research Project at the Regional Education Learning Initiative, the network, you say, of over 70 organizations in East Africa. Many thanks for that insight and perspective. Now,